Harry and Meghan Markle's bombshell Netflix series was watched by millions around the world, but the Harkles' viewing figures dramatically plummeted from the first episode to the third. The Sussexes saw a whopping 2.4 million people tune in for the opening episode, but this had dropped to just 800,000 by the third. Figures from the Broadcasters Audience Research Board, or BARB, confirmed the stats for the first instalment of the couple's explosive 6-part series when it first aired. Their data was focused on people who saw it on television rather than mobile phones and tablets, meaning the true figure is likely higher. By the end of the first week though, all 3 episodes had been watched an impressive 81.5 million times, making it the most watched show in the whole of the UK and second most popular in the US. But the bombshells didn't translate into good reviews for the Sussexes, who, as well as seeing a decrease in views from the first episode to the third, were also hit with poor ratings. On Rotten Tomatoes, the docuseries has a score of 48% from critics and 12% from viewers, with IMDb giving it a score of 4.3 out of 10. However, Harry and Meghan are continuing their partnership with the streaming giant with their latest project, Live to Lead. New Zealand's Prime Minister almost put herself on a collision course with King Charles after featuring prominently in Harry and Meghan's new Netflix trailer. Shortly after the release of the trailer, Jacinda Ardern distanced herself from the Sussexes' Netflix project Live to Lead by putting out a statement insisting she was unaware she'd be featured in it. Jacinda Ardern has asked to be removed from the series altogether. In her role as the current Prime Minister, Miss Ardern may be interpreted as supporting rebel Prince Harry against his father King Charles, who's the head of state of New Zealand. Miss Ardern's office admitted the footage was taken from an interview conducted in November 2019 for a previous project motivated by Nelson Mandela's legacy. According to the office, it was notified that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex would introduce the series in May of this year. That's almost 2.5 years after the interview had been recorded, and permission for its use by the Nelson Mandela Foundation already provided. The Prime Minister suggested being caught off guard by the trailer's release date, as she only became aware of what was happening with it on the release day. However, she admitted she'd not stayed close to communications with the couple. Royal contributor Shannon Felton Spence believed that Netflix was smart to start the Sussexes project on the streaming giant with a documentary about themselves. According to him, the strategy was to paint Prince Harry and Meghan Markle in a good light. It would benefit everyone for them to leave their grievances behind once and for all and fully step up as feel-good conveyors and storytellers, the way they keep saying that they want to, he added. The Netflix deal was far more than just the Harry and Meghan documentary, but Netflix knew that was only guaranteed big hit, so they put it up front. I'm sure that was part of the deal, and now we'll see some of that inspiring content that they've been promising. However, he couldn't say if the new project would be successful after the royal couple had previously cashed in on the royal family. But only time will tell if they have a cachet outside of their royal status. I think after 6 hours of this documentary, we're all ready to turn that page. We'll have to wait and see how successful that type of content will be after they've cashed in on all of the royal stories. Netflix was smart to have the Harry and Meghan documentary up front, he said.